Communication is one of the most lethal weapon which you can have as a mutual fund distributor. It is the only weapon which I think can help you in growing in your business fast, will be able to convince your client, and in a service industry like us, where the way we are communicating is going to have the most important impact, we need to be very careful of. And today I'm going to discuss with you 7 ways to effectively communicate with your clients. Hello everyone, I'm Shobit. I'm a fin-based growth expert on a mission to help 1 lakh insurance advisor diversify their business into mutual funds. So in case you have not subscribed to our channel, do subscribe, because whenever we publish any new content, you will be the first one to know it. So let's dive into the subject of communication. I think effective communication is one of the most important aspect in our business, and especially so when this is the craft which we have never been taught in all our academic career. So the first thing which we need to keep in mind to communicate effectively is that we should be a very good listener first. हम सुनने के लिए तैयार होने चाहिए, हमारा सुनने की क्षमता बहुत अच्छी होनी चाहिए. When I talk about listening first, what I mean that we need to be all ears to whatever our client is saying. We need to understand the behind the words meaning also to get actually what client wants to say. We need to make him share with you all the needs and wants which he have. There will be a lot of aspirations which client will have that we need to be very mindful of, and we need to discuss each and every aspect so that he can give all his insights. Most importantly, you should also know all the likes and dislikes of him, what he wants, what he don't want, what he hate, so that the same way you can design your communication to effectively engage him and build a good relationship. We need to also very clear and be knowing what are the good and bad experience he has with all the financial products he have dealt with, which bank he's dealing with, if with any bank he has any bad experience. This all is going to communicate what kind of product you should advise to him. Suppose he is having a bad experience with say SBI, then my suggestion to you is just avoid suggesting anything from SBI mutual fund, because generally it will have the same kind of resonance with him. Now, the most important thing which you need to understand here is this: client is least bothered how much knowledge you have. Client is more bothered about how much care you are going to take of him. And your way you are going to respond to his queries will depend upon how closely you have listened to all what he wanted to communicate. You should be very open to all the things which he wants to share with you. And for that, you should be a very good listener. If I want to give you a numerical formula, just keep in mind that if you are sitting with your client for 1 hour, most of the time client should talk. Generally, I should say it should be 30-70. 30% of the time you should be talking, and 70% of the time client should be talking. So you need to be prepared well in advance what kind of question you are going to ask, which can help him open up to you. So just keep this thing in mind. I think it will help you in going a long way in way of effectively communicating with your client. The other important thing is just remember that you need to talk in a language which they understand. Now we as a म्यूचुअल फंड डिस्ट्रीब्यूटर मोस्ट ऑफ द टाइम हम चाहते हैं कि हमारे पास जो भी नॉलेज है, हमारे पास जो भी ज्ञान है, जो भी हमने सीखा है, वो सारा हम क्लाइंट को बताएं कि हमारे पास कितना सारा नॉलेज है. लेकिन हमको ये समझना है कि क्लाइंट इज लीस्ट बॉदर हाउ मच यू नो. Client wants to know how much or the way you are communicating to him. So you need to talk in a language which they understand. So most of the time, while working for mutual fund companies, what I realize is most of the mutual fund company will give you gyan which is going to be very complicated in nature. GDP, SIP, Ps, all these things which you are going to get from your mutual fund company's communication, these are not going to be relevant with your client. क्लाइंट को एक सिंपल लैंग्वेज में समझाना है कि उसको क्या समझ में आएगा. And for that, you need to be very mindful of the way you are communicating. Let me give you a few examples. So instead of talking about SIPs and systematic investment plan as set up SIP and so on and so forth, if we can correlate with the recurring deposit of bank, which most likely most of the customers would be having, it would be make lot of sense. सर आरडी जैसे आप बैंक में करते थे वैसा ही आरडी आप म्यूचुअल फंड्स में कर सकते हैं, जो आपके बैंक अकाउंट से आपके म्यूचुअल फंड अकाउंट में पैसा ट्रांसफर होगा. This will make lot of sense to him and client will feel more comfortable the way you are interacting with him. Same way as most of the investor or customer of yours, if he is having insurance policy, which most of the investors would be having, instead of talking on lump sum investments or SIP investment, you can say the way you are paying premium here also you can pay premium and you will be able to accumulate much more wealth for yourself. So it will more resonate with him, or but more importantly, he will be more comfortable with you. So because you are talking in a language which he is already accustomed to. So please keep this in mind. I think in your own culture, you will have lot of things which your client will be easily able to relate with. So जो आपके क्लाइंट को लैंग्वेज समझ में आ रही है वो लैंग्वेज में अगर आप बात करेंगे तो आपके लिए बहुत इजी होगा क्लाइंट को समझाने में और क्लाइंट को अपने से रिलेट करने में. Now, third more other important thing which I would like you to understand is the most of the communication and the majority of the way we are communicating, non-verbal cues are very important. आपकी टोन क्या है, आपका बॉडी लैंग्वेज क्या है, these all are going to have a huge impact on the way client is going to understand what you are trying to communicate. So जिस तरह से आप बात करते हैं, जो टोन में आप बात करते हैं, जिस बॉडी लैंग्वेज में आप बात करते हैं, वो बहुत ज्यादा इंपॉर्टेंट है. अगर आप बहुत ज्यादा अपने बॉडी जेस्चर्स को शो करते हैं, some client may think that you are very aggressive. So we need to be very mindful of what kind of tone we are talking about or what kind of tone in which we are talking. So just keep in mind, I can give you a simple hack. What we can start doing is from today, just take a commitment that you need to record the way you are talking for 5 to 10 minutes. Every day, 5 to 10 minutes, you need to record your own voice and listen to it. It is going to give you a huge feedback what is the tonality of your voice and it can help you in improving it. हम अपनी लैंग्वेज को अपनी भाषा को सुनते ही नहीं है तो हमें पता ही नहीं है कि हम किस तरह से बात कर रहे हैं. My simple hack to you is just use this as how you are communicating and then listen to yourself, because we generally don't listen to our own voice, so we don't know the way we are communicating. If you start practicing this, I can assure you that the way you are communicating, your tonality will change in a very short period of time. In case you like this hack, just type like in the comment box. I would love to see how many of you are start or going to start use this hack to improve the way you are communicating. And in case you are looking to start your mutual fund distribution business, then I have created a framework in which you can start your mutual fund distribution business in 21 days or less. So if you are really serious, you want to be one of the best mutual fund distributor in the country, then do join my 90 minutes free masterclass. In this masterclass, I'm going to help you in understanding what are the 3 secrets to start your profitable mutual fund distribution business in 21 days. The link to join the masterclass is in the description. Do join me there. Now, the fourth important aspect of effectively communicating to your client is art of saying no. There are a lot of experience of your clients or the lot of insights your client will share on which you may not agree, because you will have a professional approach, your client will have a desi approach. So there are a lot of insights, there are a lot of things your client will be saying which you may not be agreeing. My simple request to you is instead of saying straight away, no, you should not do that, we need to be very polite and be sure that the client ego is not hurt. Please remember, most of the decisions which your client is taking, it is on the emotional front. People will take decision on emotions. So we should not hurt the emotion of our client. If we want to disagree with something, we need to be very polite. We need to communicate in a language which they think is very respectful, so that they are not going wrong on the emotional side. So just keep this aspect in mind, and I think it will be very important. Now, the other point which I would like you to consider is, please understand, and I highly recommend most of my community member, that we need to be a family advisor. What I mean by that? I mean by that is, you should not target only one individual in the family. You should start your relation with one individual, but your aim should be to gradually open up to the all family members. Once you graduate from an individual advisor to a family advisor, you are helping yourself in having a long-term relationship, and your business will also grow. But in that process, we need to remember that you are a family advisor and not a family member. There is a very fine line and distinction between being a family advisor and being a family member. You should not cross that line. In all your communication, in everything you are doing, you need to remember that you are a family advisor or distributor and not a family member. So if you maintain some dignity, if you maintain the line of communication like that, in a long run, it is going to have lot of good repercussion for you. Your client will respect you for that. So just keep in mind, it is more of a mindset game. So mentally you need to be very clear that you are a family advisor and not their family member, so that you should not cross the line the way you are communicating or interacting with your client. Now, other important thing which we need to keep in mind is client satisfaction. What I mean by that? I mean by that is, whenever we are communicating with a client with any suggestion for investments or any portfolio changes, we need to keep in mind that it is not the way which you want to pass on the information to them will make sense. We need to make sure that we are going to communicate all this information in a language, in a way which your client is able to understand. Most of the time we keep pumping lot of jargons like asset allocation, asset reallocation, market piece up, we need to move to debt, we need to move to equity. All those language your client may not be very comfortable with. So we need to understand that we need to keep on trying till the client is very clear as what you are doing with his money, because that is going to have a very profound effect on your long-term relationship with your client. So just keep trying till your client is fully satisfied, and this you will be able to know with the tone in which your client is talking, the body language which is carrying. Other important thing which you need to be keeping in mind is, you need to communicate with your client in a multi-mode channel. It is not only sufficient for you to discuss with your client on phone. Once you have discussed anything on phone, then you need to make sure that the same thing you need to communicate on email, so that you have always some data or some footprint on which you can go back on in case of any argument. So whenever you are discussing either on any physical meeting or telephonic meeting, I highly recommend that you need to document all those conversations in a point manner, so that in the future, in case any discrepancy happens, you have some footprint to go back on. It should never happen, but professionally it is highly advised that you communicate with your client on a multi-mode channel, so that he is always, or you are always satisfied with the way you have communicated, and client will be also clear what you have discussed with him over a physical communication or over a telephonic communication. I hope you like the content. In case you like the content, just like hit a like button, share with your family and friends. I would love you hear what your insights are on this. Now, other tip which I can give you is, whenever you are interacting with the client, use lot of stories and real life examples which you might have experienced on your own or on your client. In that way, client can more relate with the experience or suggestions which you are talking about. Instead of just giving numbers, if you can give a real life example, either of your own or of your client, it is going to have a profound impact on your client. So just keep this aspect in mind, and I think it is going to help you in creating a very long-term relation with your client. In case you are going to implement all of this point, I can assure you the way you are going to be perceived in the eyes of your client will be totally different. Don't forget to like and comment, because that is going to give me motivation share more this kind of insights with you in the future. In case you want to become a successful mutual fund distributor, do join my masterclass, where I would love to share with you my 3 secrets to start your mutual fund distribution business in a better manner. Thanks for joining in. I had a wonderful time. I hope you did the same. Do visit this channel again and again. Thank you very much.